The unexpected happened today live on Arise News, and trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Rufai Oseni and Dr. Abati went off on Atiku Abubakar, and this is all coming as a result of what many people are now calling an alleged threat against Peter Obi and the entire opposition ahead of 2027.
Waziri Adamawa comes and says the South has spent 18 years. The North has only done 10 years. And I said, no, that's a facetious argument. Whoever wrote that statement for him is dull, unintelligent.
The same Atiku Abubakar was happy when they were fighting Jonathan in court. He wanted to run in 2007 and they zoned it to the north for him under, what's it called, Action Congress. Zoning was not a problem. 2015, when he was zoned to the north and he participated, zoning was not a problem. Atiku was being given ticket in 2019. No Southerner contested against him when the PDP zoned it to the north. Again, it was a turn of South and he contested against it and he lost in 2023.
So here's what happened. During an interview with Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso on Arise News, he made something very clear. He declared his full support for zoning the 2027 presidency to the south. No hidden agenda. He said it plainly. Now, when Atiku Abubakar heard this, he didn't waste any time. Through his camp, he released a statement warning Peter Obi, Kwankwaso, and every other opposition figure that the 2027 presidential ticket does not have to go to the south. So, according to Atiku, by 2027, the South would have spent about 18 years in power compared to only 10 years for the North. So, in his view, it is actually the North's turn, and Nigerians were not having it. People started asking, how can Atiku say something like this? Everybody knows it is South's turn. This is not even a debate. But then, and that's where it gets interesting, people started connecting the dots. Some are now saying maybe that is exactly why Peter Obi left ADC in the first place, because he could see what Atiku is doing behind closed doors. And according to Rufai, and I will play the clip in a moment, Atiku's camp had already taken over most of ADC structure, and at a meeting in Oyo State, when people proposed zoning the ticket to the south, Atiku's camp shut it down. So Obi didn't just leave because of a court case, he left because he was already being pushed into a corner again, just like what happened back in 2022. Now here's what Dr. Abati had to say about all of this, because he did not hold back.
It's not in the Nigerian constitution.
Correct, but
it's
still
a political handmaiden introduced in 1999 by the People's Democratic Party. And then when we keep talking about it, we keep, emphasizing the North-South divide. What is in the Constitution is inclusivity, is fairness, equity. And the basic foundation of it in the 1999 Constitution is Section 14, Sub 3, which says that there should be federal character, to promote national unity and a sense of belonging. That is repeated later in that same document through the creation of the Federal Character Commission, Section 153 of that Constitution. And then also Section 318 of that same 1999 Constitution talks about unity, inclusion. Federal appointments in Section 137, which says that the President of Nigeria shall pick appointments from every part of the country. Now, this quota system, what it has done is that, as we have argued, promoted mediocrity. So many people who got promoted to important positions just before they are from states. Take JAMB. Somebody will score a very small mark, but they'll say because he's from this part of the country and because of Section 14 Sub 3, a student from Imo State who will almost have scored almost 400 will be denied admission.
You're absolutely right.
Now, our argument is that there should be a sunset clause on this federal character principle. We should run a country that is based on meritocracy, and we hope we will get to that point someday, which for me is a major point that Dr. Kwankwaso was making in his interview with Mr. Aniagolu, when he said, look, there are people who are saying we have age, we have experience, people who can't even operate a simple computer system, who don't know what the young people of Nigeria want, and that we are focusing on ethnicity and religion. But Dr. Kwankwaso says what the young people of Nigeria are looking for is quality leadership. We will not get that quality leadership if we are promoting people on a quota system. And then, of course, Waziri Adamawa comes and says that since 1999, he took his own benchmark, not from independence, but from 1999, the return to democracy. Because before 1999, which Nigerians call the second liberation, by seeing to the end of military rule in Nigeria, then civilian rule. And now he says the South has spent 18 years. The North has only done 10 years. And I said, no, that's a facetious argument. Whoever wrote that statement for him is dull, unintelligent.
All right.
To the extent To which extent, therefore, that this Jonathan 2011 incident that they quoted, that was an accident. It was unfortunate that President Yar'Adua died, but the Constitution is very clear. When the principal dies, the deputy takes over because it is one ticket.
All right.
You can now, on the basis of that, say, oh, the North too has to come. And then the argument that if you are from the same geographical location, from the same place as the incumbent, you cannot win. And it has never happened in Nigeria. So why did you run in 2019 against President Buhari?
All right, Dr.
Seeing that they are from the same geographical location.
All right.
So I see desperation. I see an argument that is self-serving.
All right.
People have done the calculation. Since 1999, the South gave us Obasanjo for 8 years. Then Yar'Adua from the North, who unfortunately passed away. Then Jonathan came in from the South to complete the term. Then Buhari from the North for 8 years, and now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from the South. Honestly, the numbers don't lie. The North has had significant time at the top, and yet we are. But Rufai Oseni took it even further. Listen to what he had to say.
Quote something that Vimbai likes to hear from François de la Rochefoucauld. And he said, and I quote, that hypocrisy is the homage vice pays to virtue. Today, Mr. Atiku Abubakar, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, our dear great patriot and national leader, is saying that zoning shouldn't matter. Can Mr. Atiku Abubakar please come up to say that he has never benefited from a quota system in his life?
Absolutely not. That
Going back even to his professional career.
Correct. Sure.
Can he come up to say, and please, people fact check me, if you've ever seen any time he's never benefited from zoning. Can we go back historically by asking the same Atiku Abubakar that was happy when they were fighting Jonathan in court, ensuring that they should ensure zoning in 2011. They fought and tormented Jonathan so much as regards that court case. They know what they did. But when he wanted to run in 2007 and they zoned it to the North for him under, Action Congress, zoning was not a problem. 2015, when he was zoned to the North and he participated, zoning was not a problem. 2019, when PDP zoned. In fact, here with me, somebody sent me an extensive report that the PDP made before they zoned in 2019. Zoning was not a problem when he was given. In fact, Atiku was being given ticket in 2019. No Southerner contested against him when the PDP zoned it to the North. Again, it was a turn of South, and he contested against it, and he lost in 2023. In 2023, he got it. These are top PDP stalwarts that are now saying this. So all of a sudden now you are saying this. So when he was going against Buhari, it was not self-defeating. I know he really wants to be president. But I beg him, let us make good arguments.
They've told him he's going to be president.
So whoever has told him, I don't know. God works in mysterious ways.
There's so many arguments also.
He's been running since 1993. I don't know, I'm not God. But please, we should not act like Nigerians are dumb. And please, I'm happy you went back historically.
I had to.
If they go back to 1999, let's go back to 1960.
Yes, this is the point.
They say, the North has had more time, let's go back to 1960. The North has done about 45 to 47 years.
Right.
We have done about 18 to 20 years. Yeah. If they make that, and please, I want to beg, this should be the last time they should make that argument that between 1999 to now, that the North has had more time and the South has had more time in power. If they make the argument again, we too we are asking for the 20 years so that we can balance up. So the South too should. We can't make these arguments and make Nigeria develop. I even feel ashamed of myself. Look at what we are talking about in 2027.
All right, I think
TSMC,
all right.
40 billion valuation, $70 billion, chip making companies. They are making things. They are impacting their nation. Their citizens are going to the moon, and we are talking about. And when they enter, it's not that they're going to do anything better for the country. They will still impoverish the people. And in 2030, we'll still be talking about no water, no lights.
Yes,
shame on all of us, even myself. Shame.
All right.
And when you hear that, suddenly everything starts to make sense. Every party crisis, every internal wahala, every last-minute court case, it's all part of a bigger picture. So, Kwankwaso publicly backed zoning the presidency to the South, Atiku pushed back and won the opposition. Dr. Abati and Rufai both shared their views, and neither of them was gentle about it. Now, before you go, I want your honest opinion in the comment. Is Atiku being ungrateful? Is he being reckless? Or does he actually have a point that people are not willing to admit? Drop your answer below. I read every single comment and I'm going to reply. If you enjoyed this update, please hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss when I drop something new. I'll see you in my next video.